Hey, welcome back to Planet Hex Review Time. I'm Andrew Horn. This is the show that I put out in the week, little mini episodes where I review something that I've just discovered or something that I'm revisiting and rediscovering. And it's been a little while since I've done one of these. I'm sorry about that. There's been a lot going on at home and health-wise. My ankles have been playing up. It's been causing me a lot of pain again. So I've been walking with a cane the last couple of days. Again, it's just frustrating. There's been some work going on with the house, and of course, I went and launched VHS Ain't My Brain Revised Edition, which is out now. Went and launched that in Alfreton at the 80s Video Shop attraction, which is awesome. If you have a look on my channel, there is a recording of the Q&A I did there. I also signed some books there and did a screening of one of my trailer compilations, the video store Ate My Brain, and that was a ton of fun. So thank you so much again to the 80s Video Shop people for putting that on, and to everyone that's been checking out the book so far. It is a fully revised and updated version of my 2014 version of the book, and I'm really glad that it's out and out there. I always want to give it a facelift, and now I have. So tonight I'm going to talk about Secret Invasion. So the last few months have been turbulent for Marvel Studios and the MCU, with some bad reviews, controversy over cast members, a huge shift in release dates thanks to things like the writers' strike and so on, and the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise as a standalone prospect. I've tried to keep the faith since the incredible high of Endgame, but aside from Spider-Man No Way Home and maybe the Ms. Marvel series, nothing has completely grabbed my attention. And I'm sad about that, because I was a huge MCU fan after growing up with the comics since I was about 11 years old, 12 years old, working in a comic shop and things like that. These characters are really important to me, and I want to see them thrive. I want to see the MCU be as amazing as it can be. Thankfully, with the prospects of things like the Fantastic Four coming and X-Men eventually, far off in the distance, there's some hope, I think. So I wasn't holding a great deal of hope for this, but thankfully that changed last night when I watched the first episode of Secret Invasion, a limited series that I've been really excited to delve into. Based on the comic series of the same name from 2008, Secret Invasion follows Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury once again as he tries to thwart an invasion of distant Skrulls, the shapeshifters we saw in the Captain Marvel movie. Now, I like that movie, and I do believe it is underrated, and not because of all the 90s nostalgia in it, you know, the blockbuster and the Nine Inch Nails shirt and things like that. It is a really great start for a series. As first episodes go, it does a lot of work. It's got a more serious tone that harkens back to films like the first Iron Man or Captain America Winter Soldier, for example. It's filmed with cameos from familiar Marvel faces. We've got Martin Freeman, Kobe Smulders, and Don Cheadle. I think there is the promise of more of those to come. Ben Mendelsohn also reprises his role as the Skrull Talos, so he's always good in things he's in, and Talos does put in a great performance. It's a great showing from Ben in this. The talent keeps on coming though, because we've got additions like Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, and Kingsley Ben-Adir, all delivering great performances. There's action, espionage, intrigue, plenty of surprises, even just in this first episode. There's quite a lot to take in this first episode, even though it's still just laying the groundwork for what's to come with the rest of the story. Jackson's on form as Nick Fury as always, but this time we get to see more of a characterization, a bit more of a deeper character to Nick Fury this time, and some interesting glimpses at what all of this that's been happening with the Avengers and all these different adventures. It's interesting to see what effect those have had on him mentally and as well as physically, of course. I can't wait to see what happens next. Secret Invasion may well be the shot in the arm the MCU needs right now. Check it out. Hugely recommended. Please do check it out. So that's my little review of Secret Invasion, out now on Disney+. I like it that they're releasing one episode a week rather than it being dropping all at once and then people binging and then spoilers get everywhere and it just destroys all the fun. So I'm glad they are doing it weekly, and I'll certainly be checking out the rest of this series. I think this is going to be a really good one that helps to sort of course correct the MCU. Many would argue that it doesn't need a course correction. I know people out there are fans of things like Quantumania and Love and Thunder, but I think those two films have kind of damaged the franchise at the moment, personally speaking, as a long-term fan. But I want to see this do well, and I think Secret Invasion is going to get some of that, do some of the groundwork in getting the MCU back on track. I'm definitely on board for this. If you like this sort of thing, please do like and subscribe to the Planet Hex channel, where I do reviews in the week, and at the weekend there is a full-length episode of Planet Hex. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the current episode, full episode of Planet Hex that I did a few days ago is the full Q&A session from my launch night of VHS Ain't My Brain Revised Edition. And yeah, catch you again soon. Thanks for watching this episode of Planet Hex Review Time.